guys, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing my October reading wrap-up, talking about all the books that I read in the month of October. Say it right, Julia. So basically this month I'm not going to be doing statistics, and from now on I'm trying to focus less about the number of books I read and more about the quality of the books I read and what I get out of every book I read rather than how many I read. You know what I'm saying? And also, buddy reads didn't go as planned this month because it was very overwhelming a little bit, but let's get into the wrap-up. The first few things I read was from the Complete Tales and Poems of Edgar Allan Poe. I did not read this whole thing because it's massive and I didn't read the whole thing. But basically I read the short story The Telltale Heart, which I love. It was actually a reread for me. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed The Telltale Heart, and for short stories I don't like giving synopsises because it's so they're so short, so it's like, how am I supposed to say what it's about without spoiling stuff? So The Telltale Heart's a really good story. It's a classic of his. Maybe you studied it in school. I studied it in like 8th grade the first time I read it, and yeah, I like The Telltale Heart. It's pretty good. Also from this, I read the short story The Black Cat, which, warning, this has triggers for animal cruelty, which I was not aware of before picking it up, or else I may have not picked it up, but it was twisted, it was dark, it was like my jaw was dropping, I wanted something spooky and quick, and it gave me that. Poe is the shit at stuff like that, and I gave it 4 to 5 stars for The Black Cat. Next, I read the poem The Raven, which I loved, and I've never read this one before, and it's like probably his most popular poem, and I just loved it. I gave it 4 stars. It was beautiful, and I'd recommend reading it a lot. So yeah, all the Poe stuff, for the first 3 Poe stuff, I gave all 4 to 5 stars. Next up, I read Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. This was a buddy read with Sajid from Books of My Social Life. I had a good time buddy reading it with him, but I hated the book. Yeah, I hated it. It reminded me of A Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan, which was like Jane Austen meets dragons. Dragon books I've read, I haven't liked either of them, and I find dragons sick, but it's like the books I read about them, I don't like them. And Seraphina just bored me to death, and I just hated everything. But I gave it 2.5 stars because there was some redeeming qualities. So I read Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendare Blake, and this is about a girl named Anna who basically died one night right before a school dance. She had her pretty dress on. She dies. You'll hear how that happens. And now she's the ghost who haunts this house, Anna Dressed in Blood. And this boy named Cass, he is a ghost hunter, and he travels all over the place to kind of, do his job, hunt the ghosts. And he goes into Anna's house, and for some reason she spares him, and it's kind of about them and all the shit that goes down and learning more about Anna's story. I really enjoyed this book. I did do a full-length review on it. I found the characters, Cass was my favorite, Anna was my favorite. I loved the characters. There were some little issues I had, but I loved it overall, and it was the perfect book for this time of year. I flew through it. Also, I met the author and got it signed, so that was super fun, and I was talking to her about Cass. I was like, oh my god, he's my fave. So yeah, I gave this 3.75 out of 5, and I'll have my review linked up on the screen. Next up here, I read Assassination Classroom Volume 4 by an author name that I'll not be able to pronounce, nor did I write down, so apologies. But I love this manga series. It's so good. It's basically about this octopus looking thing, and he is this teacher in this school, and basically his classroom is all the delinquents, you know what I'm saying? And their mission is to kill him because he's out to destroy the world, but they have a thing where he can't hurt them, but they can try to hurt him. So they're all trying to destroy him, and they keep bringing in different assassins to try to kill him. It's just the greatest thing ever. If you're looking for an action manga, definitely check it out. It's really good. I want to watch the anime, but I don't want to go on one of those sketchy sites, so I don't know. But I've been loving the manga. I want to collect them. They're really good. I definitely recommend them. The next thing I read was Annabel Lee by Poe, and that was a poem. It was a poem. I loved the poem Annabel Lee. It was gorgeous. It was tragic. It was beautiful. Definitely suggest that one as well. If you're looking for something that's not like some of his other stuff, I mean, it is, but it's more about love in a way rather than, death. But it's still about death. I don't know how to explain it, but it was really good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Next up here, I read The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Gennades for the 3rd time. I reread this last month. The first time I read it was in like March of this year, and then I reread it last month, and then I read it this month. I love this book, guys. I finally boosted up my rating to 5 stars because I figured, you know what? I'm too picky sometimes. With ratings, I'm picky. Like the last book I gave 5 stars was like The Shining, and that was like over a year ago, like almost 2 years ago. So it's like, that's just weird. And I just love it so much. I understand it's not perfect, and I understand that I'm not like, oh my god, if someone doesn't like it, I'm like, oh my god, why didn't they like it? Like, it's so amazing. Like, I understand why people might not like it, but like, I loved it, so I don't care. This book is about the 5 lesbian daughters who all commit suicide, and it's narrated by these boys who live on their street and kind of tell the story of what happened to them, and it's beautifully written, and it's so tragic, and it's so good, and I just love it. I'm still planning on doing a video of how I annotated it, and I actually did start reading it for the 4th time, but I think I'm gonna take a break and try it again. But yes, I wrote all over it. I know that's cringy for a lot of people, but like, chillax, it's my book. So yeah, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. Next up here, I have The Mercilless by Danielle Vega. And this book is about, basically, it's like drama and an exorcism. So it's like Mean Girls meet Supernatural, if you're looking for a comparison. And yeah, it's about this girl who goes to a new school. She's trying to make friends, you know, the usual jazz. And then these people turn out to be not what they seem, and they try to give an exorcism to someone else. And then everyone's like, what the hell? And anyways, it's chaotic. It's interesting. It's not the best book out there. It's definitely very, very strange. Like, they try to baptize the girl in the bathroom. I'm like, what the hell is happening? It's odd. I did a book review for it, so I'll leave that up if you want to hear more of my thoughts, but I ended up giving this 3 out of 5 stars, but I did purchase a sequel, so I will be continuing because this leaves on a cliffhanger. So yes, up here I have Am I Normal Yet by Holly Bourne, and I did a review on this too, and I love this so much. Basically, it's about a girl named Evie, and she has obsessive compulsive disorder, and she's basically in school. She's trying to make friends. She's meeting boys. She's struggling with her illness. She goes to see her therapist. It's just everything that I need in a book and that I want in a book. It was amazing. I loved it. Thank you to Holly the book lover for like telling me how amazing this is, and I loved every second. I'd suggest it for anybody, especially people who read books about mental illness. This is like a key point. I rave about it a ton in my review. I ended up giving it 4 out of 4 stars. It deserves more though, so I probably should boost that, but it's a good book. I would suggest picking it up. Here I have And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This is a book about all these people who get invited to this island, Soldier Island, I believe was the name. They all get invited by this like mysterious person, and when they get there, like all the staff's like, who the hell is that? Like, what the hell? And anyways, people start dying, and everyone else is like, the hell is happening? It's about the mystery of why these people are dying, and you know, and then there were none. I think you can guess what happens, but it was really good. I buddy read this with Alexandra, and it was such a good story. It was twisted. It took a little bit for me to get into it in a way. It was interesting. I was constantly theorizing, and I was constantly wrong, and I just can't believe how like my jaw was dropping. Like, it was good, guys. Like, it was good. I definitely want to continue with more Agatha Christie. I really enjoyed it, and then there were none. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. See the movie too. But I ended up giving this a 3.75 to a 4 to 5 stars. Whiskey Words and a Shovel by R.H. Sin. And this book is a poetry collection, and basically it's just a poetry collection about a ton of stuff. Losing to gain, too much, the outdated love, self-care, the emptiness, that kind of stuff. This is actually the second one. There's a first one. I just read it without reading the first one, which I don't think you need to because I didn't have any issues like with what the hell was happening. But it's so good. Even on the back it says, I'd kill the distance to get to you. It was beautiful, and I mean like stunning, like a beautiful poetry collection. If you're looking for something in modern poetry, I'd highly recommend picking this up. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 to 5 stars. Actually, I gave it 3.75, my bad. Here I have Sal by Stephen King, which I'm so sad about. Guys, I DNF'd it. I feel really bad, but it sucks. I was buddy reading this with Rachel, so I felt bad that I DNF'd it, but I got 75 pages in, and I was dying. I was like, no, like, during this bookathon, this was all I read. During the whole week, I read 60 pages of this. That's it. Like, come on. Like, if I didn't start off with this, I could have actually been reading like things I wanted to read or things that I would like. And so I feel really bad. But yeah, I really didn't like Salt. It didn't feel like a Stephen King book at all. And I was very bored. So in conclusion, I DNF'd it and I gave it 2 stars. Anyways, I got into poetry this month. So then I picked up I Wrote This For You by I.N.S. Thomas. And this book is basically, it's such a personal poetry collection on love, split into these sections. It's on love found, on being in love, on lost love, on despair, on hope, on living, and on dying. Definitely the last couple were my favorites. The love ones kind of got like really repetitive, but I love it. I was highlighting and everything. There wasn't a page that I didn't highlight. Some of these things are like quotes that I adore, that I will definitely look back on. So I definitely recommend reading this again for modern poetry. It's so relatable. I'd very much recommend it. I give it 3.75 out of 5 stars. Next up here, I read this, and this is Teaching My Mother How to Give Birth by Worcestershire. I tried really hard. Okay, so this book, it's not a book, it's poetry. Okay, this is a poetry collection. It's very short, like it's like very short, but I don't even know how to describe what this is about. It's just odd. Like, this has really like stunning ratings, but I thought it was just like, it did have beautiful lines, like I did tab some things, but I thought it was just, I just didn't like it. Like, I just didn't like it. I was like, what the hell is this? And I just could not relate. I just didn't enjoy it. There is a lot of trigger warnings for this, so please look into that before picking it up, but I just didn't like the way it was written, and I just didn't enjoy it. I thought it was kind of random and jumpy. Yeah, I have a good review up if you're interested, but yeah, I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. And last but not least, I read the complete tales. I read the complete poems of Edgar Allan Poe. So like those few poems that I read earlier this month, I reread again in here. Basically, this includes all 48 of his poems, I believe was the total, or was it 28? I don't know, it was a lot. It was all these. Anyways, my favorites were definitely The Happiest Day, The Happiest Hour, The Lake, Alone, The City and the Sea, The One in Paradise, Bridal Ballade, For Annie, Annabel Lee, and The Raven were all my favorites. I really enjoyed this. Like the ones I loved, I really loved, but overall I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I would suggest picking it up, but maybe pick out a few select poems because not all of them appealed to me, but yeah, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. There you guys have it. Those were all the books that I read this month. Sorry for my inconsistent uploads. It's been really bothering me how weird my schedule's been with my uploads, but hopefully I can get back on track with that, and hopefully you guys aren't too sick of me yet. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the books down below if you've read them, and what you read this month, if what you enjoyed this month, and all that sort of jazz down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you all very soon with a new video. Bye!